Hey, what's up my crypto fans? So in today's video, we've got a massive treat for you in the form of Blur, the new kid on the block of NFT market space. Now we know Blur are aiming to go head to head with OpenSea, the daddy of all NFT market spaces. And we know they've had the kind of monopoly on NFTs since pretty much they began. But what we want to know is Blur going to shake up the NFT and really cause OpenSea a problem? Who we know have had their kind of problems of late over the years of insider trading, market manipulation, hacks and shark tactics of the way they screw people on the secondary market and creator fees. So also on top of this, we want to look at Blur's token. Is this going to keep shooting to the moon, or are we going to see a retracement and see it steady out? So if you want to know if Blur's going to be a real contender against OpenSea, or is it just going to be another drop in OpenSea's ocean, stay tuned and let's go crypto. Boom. So for those of you that are new to the channel, I'm Christian and this is Crypto OG, where I give you all the news, reviews and overviews of the crypto, DeFi and NFT space. And also, if you're feeling pretty generous, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe bar and tick that bell notification. And of course, this channel wouldn't be complete without the mandatory waffle of anything you see, hear or choose to ignore is not financial advice. No, it is just me being nice. So with all that cool stuff out of the way, I'm going to jump straight into giving you a bit of info about the new kid on the block, Blur, the new NFT market space. Let's jump in. Boom. So as you can see behind me, we've got Blur's website, which pretty much looks like the inside of the Bored Ape Yacht Club's kind of frat party house. But what it is we want to know is, what is OpenSea doing for Blur? Well, we've looked at kind of a lot of the information and a couple of analysts and looked through the socials, and we've put together what we think is happening between the two going head to head. So in the face of rising competition from the upstart rival Blur, leading NFT market space OpenSea announced that it will temporarily eliminate the 2.5% fee on sales, as well as cut down creator royalty protections as it attempts to weather a rapidly changing market. Now this is what we spoke about in the beginning. Okay, along with axing its own marketplace fees on trades for a limited time, effectively cutting off its own primary source of revenue, OpenSea tweeted that it will only enforce 0.5 mandatory creator royalty fees on NFT trades for projects that don't have an on-chain enforcement method, although sellers can easily choose to pay a longer or larger percentage. Now, a creator royalty is typically 5 to 10% cut of the sale price, paid out to the NFT creator. It's how the NFT projects generate their ongoing revenue following the initial sale of their tokens. Now here you can see the tweet from OpenSea stating this. Now this is good and bad news. It's good that we have a lot of shake up in the market, but it's bad news in the fact that some of the creators now are not going to get their royalties. Now here you can see obviously on Blur, a lot of the kind of levels are the same. It just says the top projects and the projects that are coming in. We've got Doodles on there, we've got Moonbirds, we've got kind of the top projects on there. So for me, it is going to be kind of the battle of the NFT market spaces, where you go to buy your NFTs. Now how this is going to work is pretty much up to you which platform you choose, or which platform you really think is going to have the best kind of setup for you, and of course the secondary market sales. Now Blur is getting quite popular, but is it as popular as OpenSea? Not for me at the moment. Now also, OpenSea's move comes following a big week for Blur. The upstart marketplace that launched last October airdropped a lot of the Blur tokens, which is more than 100,000 of its NFT traders on Tuesday received these tokens. Now on Wednesday, advertisements for NFT project creators to the block really did start ramping up, and OpenSea trades did suffer on the back of this. But Blur does not charge a marketplace fee for its traders, so this is one of the major differences. Now also, if we just go over to OpenSea, you can see here it's got pretty much the similar kind of things, but the projects are starting to change. We've not seeing the top ones or trending or the actual top as we would have seen before. Obviously we've got the other side and the mutant apes and the bored apes, etc., but all the secondary to this are kind of creating and trading. Now here you can see a tweet from OpenSea saying we're making some of the big changes today. This is the zero fees for limited time, moving to the optional creator earnings. The marketplace is the same policies, will not be blocked by operator filter, etc. And this is them kind of reacting to Blur's up and coming movement. Now obviously on the back of this, on Wednesday, Blur recommended that NFT creators block secondary trades on OpenSea, saying that it would only enforce full royalty settings for projects that banned OpenSea. Blur framed the move as a pushback to OpenSea's own decision late last year, whereas OpenSea has said it sought to protect creators as a result of actions by Blur and other rival platforms. So this to me confirms that they two are going head to head. Now you leave a comment below of who you think are going to win the battle of the NFT market spaces. Do you think the shake-up's good and Blur are coming in at the right time and OpenSea's dominance are going to slip? Or like I say, do you think Blur is just going to be another drop in OpenSea's ocean? So lastly on this, we've seen some of the socials of the kind of the Blur creators saying the harsh reality is the NFT market spaces are all trying to maximize market share so that they can raise bigger VC rounds as the best way to get market share to have the lowest fees and the highest frequency trading. Godspeed. And this is, and this tweet is just, for me, really comical, but let me know what you think. Now also we did look into Blur's token and we thought we could catalyze the widespread enforcement of the creator earnings. Now Blur also said that they thought they could catalyze on widespread enforcement of creator earnings and hope that others might come up with a more reliant solutions that isn't happening on OpenSea. Now that was also tweeted. Now in recent events, including Blur's decision to roll back creator earnings even on filtered collections, all false choices that were forced in creators to make this between liquidity on Blur or OpenSea prove that any attempts to stop this are not working. So what that means in a nutshell is they are trying to kind of block it to where creator or secondary fees are not being charged. But again, OpenSea pointed to the on-chain data showing that about 80% of the NFT trading volume today and in the coming days is made without some type of creator royalty included. The marketplace suggested that it is trying to figure out a path forward that benefits the NFT creators and traders alike. So what he's saying is, if you have a look at 80% of NFT trades now, they are created without royalties. But what it needs to find out is the creators still need to get a kickback. So they want to do a solution where both parties win. For me, I think the sale of the items enough, and any kickback in royalties should be a real minimum percent and capped at a maximum across the board of 2% in my opinion. But let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, moving on quickly now to Blur's token. Boom. So as you can see, Blur is really early, so we can't really do any technical analysis on it. But what we can do is show you that Blur's momentum straight out the box saw it go from nearly just below 10 cents all the way up to $8.30. And that's a massive 9,500%. So 9,563% to be precise, which is massive monumental gains. And here we can see it is steadily climbing. But looking at what the market's saying, where people say buy the rumor, sell the news, is a lot of people in the popular space are saying that the shorts are betting against the fastest NFT market space. Now, obviously, we're looking at the figures here saying that it's 10x faster sweeping, zero market fees and 1.4 billion in total GMV, with total users at 150,000. The leading exchange by volume is only, I think, listed on OKX at the moment. With the likes of KuCoin and other popular exchanges about to list Blur, we could see that the momentum of a bullish movement in Blur could cause the short squeezes, interest builds to absolutely rally. So for me, I would be looking pretty closely at what the news is saying, what the socials are saying in Blur. Keep an eye on the platform of how it's growing and the total revenue stuff. And of course, keep an eye on a steady movement of the chart, because like I say, with an eye on the non-fungible marketplace token, that people are saying that the volatile move to the upside, should Blur gather bullish momentum, would cause this to shoot up to higher highs. But again, let me know what you think. Do you think Blur has got more upside on the charts? Do you think the NFT market space is going to give OpenSea a run for its money? Or do you think that Blur has had its kind of hype and now OpenSea is going to pivot and carry on its dominance? Whatever you believe, always remember, trade smart, trade safe, and don't get wrecked.